You ever notice how sometimes the quietest storms hit the hardest? Detroit was supposed to be rebuilding, yet suddenly the whole league can't figure out how to stop two guys who were never meant to rise this fast. Something's happening, and nobody wants to admit why. It's funny how fast the NBA's storylines flip. One season, you're the punchline, the team everyone jokes about, the franchise people forget to take seriously. And then, out of nowhere, you become the team nobody wants to see on the schedule. Detroit didn't ask for respect this year, they took it. And the craziest part? They're doing it with the same core everyone dismissed just 12 months ago. A 14-2 record, 12 straight wins, best defensive rating in the entire league, and a pair of young stars who are blowing up every scouting report. The NBA has a Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren problem. Not because these guys are good, but because they're becoming something Detroit hasn't seen since the days of real, bruising, championship-level basketball. This is the first Pistons team in 20 years that genuinely scares people. But to understand why this is happening, you have to rewind to the lowest point. Just 1 year ago, Detroit lived through the kind of losing streak that breaks organizations. 28 straight losses. Almost 3 months without a win. Every night felt the same. A close first half, a collapse, and the sinking feeling that nobody knew how to fix it. Cade Cunningham was supposed to be the savior, the top pick, the franchise cornerstone. Instead, he became the face of the worst single-season stretch in league history. Most players run from that. They ask out. They blame coaches, teammates, injuries, anything. But Cade never did. Not once. He showed up, did the work, and kept believing this team could be something. And now? That belief is the foundation of everything. Let's start with Cade, because what he's doing right now is unreal. 27 points, almost 10 assists, constant downhill pressure, elite shot creation, and more control than any guard his age has any right to have. He's generating almost 25 points per game off his passing alone, second only to Nikola Jokic. He's the #1 assisting guard in the entire NBA, top 3 in drives, top 3 in fast break scoring, and top 5 in total passes per game. And the most dangerous part? His fourth quarters. Cade leads the entire league in fourth quarter scoring, 11 points per game in the final period. That's not just good, that's superstar behavior. That's put the ball in my hands and get out of the way confidence. In the game against Atlanta earlier this season, he had only 10 points through 3 quarters. No issue. He turned around and dropped 9 in the fourth alone. 2 massive shots in the last 90 seconds. Ice-cold control. He's not flashy like Ja. He's not loud like some young stars. But Cade has that slow burn. Greatness. Calm, precise, methodical, but deadly. Every pick and roll is a puzzle he's already solved. Every late game possession looks like he's been there 1,000 times. This is the best basketball of his life, and he's playing with the maturity of a 10-year vet. But here's the twist, and the league knows it. Cade is dangerous, yes, but Cade with Jalen Duren? That's a nightmare. Duren might be the most improved interior player in the league, and he's doing it with a level of physical control that makes teams rethink how they guard Detroit entirely. Last season, he was a raw big, putting up 11 and 10. Now he's scoring over 20 a night on nearly 68% shooting, grabbing almost 12 rebounds, blocking shots, grabbing steals, and dominating the paint with a 250-pound frame that defenders bounce off like he's made of steel. He's not just catching lobs. He's bullying grown men. He's finishing through heavy contact. He's grabbing offensive boards and turning them into momentum swings. Detroit's entire defense funnels players straight into him because they trust he can handle it. And here's the part nobody saw coming. Duren is barely playing 30 minutes a game. Imagine his numbers when he's getting real superstar minutes. The connection between Cade and Duren is what makes Detroit so dangerous. Cade reads the game like a quarterback, and Duren is the perfect vertical threat. Their pick and roll is becoming one of the most unstoppable actions in the league. If Cade attacks downhill, defenders collapse, Duren rolls, the lob is there, the dump off is there, the floater is there. This duo isn't just good, they're complementary in a way that is rare. Think prime Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire. Think Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler. Think young Shaq with a guard who knows exactly where the giant wants the ball. And the numbers prove it. Detroit plays physical, slow, grinding basketball. But it works. They're 11th in scoring. Not explosive, but efficient. They don't rely on threes, they don't play fast, and they don't need highlight plays. They outwork teams. They out-rebound teams. They punish mistakes. They force tough isolations, late clock shots, ugly possessions. Opponents shoot only 46% against them, and they allow the 5th fewest assists per game. That means teams aren't running offense against Detroit. They're just surviving. This is old school Detroit. Grit, discipline, defense, toughness. The head of the snake is Cade, but the backbone is Duren. But here's the twist that really shakes the league. Detroit isn't even healthy yet. They're winning despite missing rotational pieces, despite high turnover numbers, despite allowing too many threes. Those weaknesses should be killing them, but they aren't, because their identity is stronger than their flaws. That's the scary part. Good teams win with everything, clicking. Great teams win even when it isn't. What the NBA didn't expect is that Detroit would grow this fast. The same roster that collapsed, the same players who took all the jokes and all the losses, they're the ones doing this. That 30-win jump last season wasn't a fluke. This start isn't lucky. It's development, it's maturity, it's hunger. And Cade's leadership is all over it. You can feel his fingerprints on every possession. He's constantly moving, directing traffic, setting tempo. He runs more distance per game than almost any guard in the NBA. His pace control is so advanced that he can slow the game down just by taking one extra dribble. That's superstar craft. Meanwhile, Duren is growing into a defensive anchor that every contender needs. He's not Embiid, Jokic, or Giannis, but he's climbing and fast. The jumps he's making right now don't usually happen in year 3. This is usually year 6, year 7 growth. But because Detroit threw him into the fire early, because he played through losses instead of hiding behind vets, he learned the hard way, and that hard way is now paying off. The NBA is realizing something uncomfortable. Detroit isn't building a team for the future. They're already here. They're already a top seed. They're already one of the best defensive squads in the league. And they're already a problem for contenders who thought they had the East mapped out. Teams like Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, they're built on shooting and pace. Detroit is built on pain. You feel every possession. You feel every rebound. You feel every defensive rotation. They make games ugly, and that's exactly how they like it. And this duo, Cade and Duren, are the ones holding it all together. Cade controls the top. Duren controls the interior. They feed off each other in ways you can't teach. You can scheme against shot makers. You can scheme against shooters. But when one guy controls the tempo and the other controls the paint, that's a duo you survive, not stop. People talk about Detroit like this is a cute hot start. But the truth is simple. This is real. This is sustainable. This is the future arriving early. This is a duo the league was not ready for. And that's why everyone's suddenly uncomfortable. Because when a team rises this fast, this quietly, this convincingly, you start asking the question nobody wants to ask. What happens when they get even better? All right, that's the story for today. Detroit isn't just winning. They're changing the energy of the entire league. And trust me, this season is only getting crazier from here. If you enjoyed hanging out and breaking this down, hit like, drop a comment, share it around, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Appreciate you for watching.